So, welcome everybody to tonight's conference. We are going to be reviewing articles in context. So, the articles we are looking at are a, and the. So, let's begin. We will look at 4 parts in today's conference. We are going to look at the introduction to articles, the indefinite articles a or an, the definite article the, and its real usage. Now remember that the conference will last for about 25 minutes, and in the last 5 minutes of our conference, we will have a question and answer. So please feel free to put your questions into the chat, or you can write it on a piece of paper and we can look at it afterwards. Let's begin. Today we're going to explore the topic of English articles. Mastering the use of articles is an essential skill that can greatly improve your ability to communicate effectively in any context. The first thing to remember about articles is that in English, there is no gender. So I know in French we could have a or un, une et des, or le, la, les. In English, there is only one for each kind. So what are articles? Articles are words that define a noun as specific or unspecific. They tell us if we are talking about something general or something particular. Examples: a cat. If I'm talking about a cat, I am talking about any cat in general. Or an apple. So I'm talking about any apple or a general apple. What is the difference between a or an? We use an before words that begin with a vowel. So I'm sure we will explain that a little more later. And then when we talk about the car, we talk about something being a specific car. Let's have a look. We are going to start with definite and indefinite articles. So an indefinite article is a or an, and they are used when referring to something that is not specific or is being mentioned for the first time. It could be any one of its kind. For example, I ate a salad last night. We are not describing which salad I ate, but we are just talking about a salad. I read a book last night. It could be any book, okay? But we read a book, and that is the important part. It is not specific. It is saying a book, so we know that it is more general. What is a definite article? Now that is the article the. It's used when referring to something specific or something that has already been mentioned or is known to both the speaker and the listener. For example, I watched the movie last night. It's a specific known movie. My father bought the book last night. A specific known book. Now, we are speaking about something that is known or unknown. So what does that mean? Imagine you are walking in a park and you see a woman with a beautiful dress and she has a dog. And you go home and you tell your friend, I saw a woman and a dog in the park. You have now mentioned just a woman and a dog in general. Now you would like to be specific. So you say, the woman has a yellow dress or had a yellow dress. That we can see now we are being more specific, so we use the. Whereas in the beginning, we started with a or an because it was more general. So first we are going to look at our indefinite articles, a or an. The use depends on the vowels or the consonants. For example, we use a before a noun that starts with a consonant sound. Example, a bottle, a phone, a book. We use an before a noun that starts with a vowel sound. For example, an orange, an onion, an hour, because hour starts with an hour sound. So look at these examples. I have a new phone. She has a cat at home. They have a friend from school. He has a bike. We have an idea for the game. She has a toy she likes. When we look at the definite article, remember we are talking about the. We normally use the when we talk about something specific, already known or unique. For example, can you pass me the book on the table? So the listener knows about the book. Or look at the sun. In this case, there is only one. There is the sun. So we know there is only one, therefore we will name it the sun. For example, the moon, the earth. So let's look at some more examples. I have the address for the restaurant. It is the address in question, very specific. She has the jacket you left in my house. They have the money for the trip. He has the tools to fix the bike. We have the solution to the problem, and you have the time to finish the task. When we look at real usage, let's look at some examples. Let's see you analyze these real examples. A boy saw a cat under a tree. The cat was black with white paws. He gave the cat a small piece of food, and the cat ate it quickly. A girl found a butterfly in the garden. The butterfly had bright orange wings. She gently touched the butterfly, and it flew to a flower. The girl smiled as she watched it. A bird was sitting on a tree. The bird was blue and small. It sang a sweet song. I watched the bird until it flew away into the sky. So I'm going to go back to the first one so that we can discuss it. A boy saw a cat under a tree. So we said a boy because boy begins with a consonant. Saw a cat. A cat also begins with a consonant, so we use a. Under a tree, also beginning with a consonant. Why do we use a? Because it's not being specific. It's just saying it is a boy, a cat, under a tree. The cat was black with white paws. Why do we use the cat? Because we already mentioned the cat. Now we can be more precise. The cat was black with white paws. He gave the cat a small piece of food and the cat ate it quickly. A girl, why? Because it begins with a consonant, found a butterfly in the garden. So why didn't we say in a garden? Because the person who is saying the phrases has a garden. And they are being precise about it is the garden of their home. So they are saying the garden. The butterfly had bright orange wings. She gently touched the butterfly. Now I'm using the butterfly because I have already mentioned a butterfly in the first sentence. So now I am specifying which butterfly. It then flew to a flower. So not a specific flower, just a flower in general. A bird was sitting on a tree. We are not being precise yet. We are just talking about the bird, a bird, and a tree. Now I mention the bird was blue and small because I am being specific. It sang a sweet song. I watched the bird until it flew away into the sky because there is only one. We need to be precise about the sky. So, we have no articles with plural or uncountable nouns. So this is our little exception. With a general rule, when talking about plural nouns or uncountable nouns in a general sense, we don't use a, an, or the. For example, she likes apples. So she does not like a particular kind, she likes them all in general. I drink water every day. It means it's a general mention of water. It is not a specific kind of water or brand of water. Let's look at some examples. She enjoys reading books. All books in general. There is not a particular genre that she enjoys. They eat rice for lunch. They eat rice in general, not a specific type. We love watching movies, all movies in general. She listens to music while studying. So she listens to music in general, not a specific song and not a specific artist. I play soccer on weekends, soccer in general, and not a specific game. They prefer drinking tea. It is tea in general. It is not a particular type of tea. So now we are going to, with that thought process, think about what are the correct answers. Okay? We're going to start with the first sentence. So please put your answers in the chat. I would love to hear what you think. We are going to look at all of them and then we are going to see which ones are correct. I need a umbrella, an umbrella, or the umbrella because it is raining. Wonderful. So in our responses, we've got an, and an. Exactly. I need an umbrella. Why? Because umbrella begins with a vowel. Can you pass me salt, please? Nabila says the salt. Lovely. Let's see what everyone else says. So, can you pass me the salt, please? Why? Because you can imagine that we are all around the table and it is very particular. It is precise. So we have the salt. The next one, she wants to become artist one day. A artist, an artist, or the artist? Well done. Raymond says an artist. Nabila says an artist. Beautiful. He has a, an, or the interesting idea for the project. Exactly. He has an interesting idea for the project. They visited a, an, or the science museum downtown. Well done, yes. They visited the science museum downtown. Why? Because it is one of its kind and it is precise. Would you like to have a, an, or the cup of coffee? Wonderful, a cup of coffee. We saw a, an, or the movie last night. Beautiful. Thank you everyone for participating. Let's have a look at our responses. So did we get the answers correct? I need an umbrella because it is raining. Well done. Can you pass me the salt, please? She wants to become an artist one day. He has an interesting idea for the project. They visited the Science Museum downtown. Would you like to have a cup of coffee? And we saw a movie last night. In conclusion, learning how to use a, an, and the correctly is a big step toward improving your English. These small words make a big difference in how we communicate. Whether you're talking about something general or something specific, articles help make your meaning clear. The more you use them in conversation, the more natural it will feel. Keep practicing and enjoy the process. So thank you everyone for joining me for this evening's conference. Do you have any questions or comments? I see that we've got one.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, please ask.
Can we say, can you pass me salt, please? Or no?
You can. Could you pass me
Yes.
salt, please? Yes, because you are talking about the salt in general.
Okay.
You see, so if the person knows what you are speaking about, you can say, could you pass me the salt? But if you say, can you pass me salt? You are just talking about it in general. So that maybe means the salt doesn't have a particular brand or it's in the cupboard. So, excuse me. It is okay to say, could you pass me salt?
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
very good question. Do we have any other questions? No? It's all clear? Wonderful. So thank you everyone for joining me for this evening's conference. I really hope that the use of articles are a little clearer. Please can you send them for me to practice? I will definitely have a look for you, Nabila, and I will maybe send you a link. There are also, or I think there are one or two exercises on the platform for the Cercle des Langues that you can do to help practice your articles. Okay? My absolute pleasure. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I will see you next week.